Hey, thanks for tuning in today to Zach Pack. Apologize, I'm a little under the weather, so that's why my voice sounds funny. I'm all stopped up, but I've decided to knock out my paint job on my car hauler trailer. It's a 12,000 pound trailer. I think it's 18 foot. So it's just enough to where you can haul a good sized diesel truck on. So little back story on this trailer. I've only owned it maybe 3 months, and I've already hauled a Duramax on it. It was an 05 LOY, and it pulled great. Had to put like a tire on it just to be safe because it was a little dry rotted. But when I got the trailer, it was like on my first, one of the top priorities to do to it, other than put new tires on it, was to paint it. So we're in Indiana. Well, I'm in Indiana, and it's October, so winter's right around the corner, and we'll have days where it can be 80 degrees and really cold in the morning. So like yesterday, it was, I think it only got up to like 50 degrees. And today it's supposed to get up to 70 degrees. So it's really cold right now. It's like, well, to me, it's really cold. 47. This is like one of the first cold days that I've experienced here in Indiana. So my body is starting to adapt again, but it's 47 degrees. I'm in a hoodie and shorts, and what I'm gonna do first is power wash this trailer, but I'm gonna take you out and show you this out today. And I'm gonna tell you real quick what kind of the backstory on this and what my plans are with it. So I plan on keeping it, but I actually traded this for a tractor of mine. It was a little Kubota, I think it was like a 17 horsepower or something. It was a 2800B. It's an older Kubota, but it was a little diesel. I don't think I ever knew the horsepower of it, but I bought it and did a lot of bush hog jobs with it and stuff of that nature. I did a seed job with it. Came with a tiller. Well, I sold all the attachments, and I posted this on the Kubota Marketplace, and a guy down the road actually got a hold of me saying he was interested in it and that he had a trailer to trade. Well, I've only owned one car hauler, and when I saw this one, I saw that it was an 8 lug. I was like, hell yeah, I can haul a diesel truck. So I went for it, and it's an 18 foot. Rated for 12,000 pounds. There's two 6,000 pound axles on it, and as you can see, the paint is rough, and that's why it's on my top priority to paint it. I want to get it done before winter. I'm not going to spend a bunch of time on this because I am going to use and abuse this thing, and as you can see, it's already been used and abused. So I'm not going to prime it because oil-based primer, from what I read, takes 24 hours to cure, instead of just like something like a latex, which takes a couple hours. So what I've done is I've hit it with primer where I've touched up. I re-welded all of this right here, so I hit that with primer, and this was just really bad rust that I ground down. I hit there. There's some holes that I missed with primer, so I might do that after power washing it. And then right here, my welder guys is messing up on me, so I was just trying to get it done. I put a couple little welds here, just to beef it up a little bit. Really didn't need them, but I figured if I'm painting it, I want to be happy with it. So, and the paint I'm going to be using is Rust-Oleum implement paint. It's going to be a black paint. And again, like I said, I'm not going to use a primer. I do recommend it though for anything you paint. But I know this trailer is going to get used and abused, and I'm going to be scratching the shit out of it. So they sell the stuff in spray cans that I can use to touch up if that happens. Probably never going to respray it again. I just want it to be protected and not rust anymore. And eventually I'm going to do the underside and the wheel wells, but before winter, this is going to sit out all winter, so I want to seal it up with this. All right, so after you got all the rust ground down that you want, all the rough spots with wire brush, that's what I did, use a wire brush and a grinder. you're going to want to use a degreaser, especially if you've had stuff on here leaking oil, which I have. So I degreased the whole thing and scrubbed it with a brush, and now I'm going to power wash it off. Then let it dry, and then we're going to be ready to shoot some paint. This is our old beater camper that we've been fixing up over time, and this is the paint job. The white was original. The black is the implement paint that I used. It was high gloss Rust-Oleum, and I actually brushed this on. I didn't roll it like I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be doing a mix of both, but this was one coat, and this has held up great this season. I'm really happy with the results. The reason why I'm going to be rolling this trailer is because I have not experimented with spray guns yet, and I've had great results with rolling in the past and brushing with implement paint. So I'm going to stick with that because, again, like I said, I'm in a hurry, and it's more of a time thing than a preference. I would really love to learn how to spray out of a gun, but I'm just not there yet. I have the spray gun and the regulator and the whole 9 yards, but I just haven't taken the time to figure it out and get a ratio mixing cup. But so there's a camper, and we're going to get started on the trailer and thin it out. I do not have a method on thinning it out. I just know that if I add too much thinner, I can always add more paint, and vice versa. Thin it out until you get the best results. Usually you just want to put a decent amount of thinner in and start rolling it, and you'll see how the paint kind of lays with the roller. Now if I was using a spray gun, I would need more of a there'd be more of a science to it, I'm sorry, and I would need something more accurate than just well, you can do a drip test, stuff like that, but you would need something more accurate if you were going to be spraying through a gun, because that could just turn into a mess. So but I've never sprayed out of a gun, so I'm going to stick with the old roller method. And you want a foam roller. They make a full, like a large size that goes on a actual paint roller, a common paint roller size. I don't know what that would be, but they make them bigger. I know that. I would have got one if I had known that I was going to be rolling today. I had intentions on spraying, but with the weather and the wind, just not going to work for me. So, got my gloves. Let's see, this is a 3-inch paintbrush. That's going to do the job. And I'm going to try to knock this out within an hour, at least the bulk of it. Alright, here's another little trick of mine. If your brush starts gumming up and or your roller, if you're brushing and you just feel it getting real sticky, what you need to do is pour some paint thinner in another clean tub. Okay, so pour your paint thinner in, and that way you can clean out your brush as you're working, because it's going to dry on you as you're working. So just take this, and you can even experiment with adding extra thinner, like not completely cleaning it out and taking your brush and going back over that, and you'll just see, you can just experiment with what it does by just thinning out paint. It's amazing. So yeah, it's dry. All right, guys, I'm out here with my trailer. It's been drying for 2.5 hours now, and I'm comfortable enough letting my daughter and son walk on it. No tackiness at all, so setting it out in the sun definitely helped. And just wanted to give you a quick walk around, show you the results. Would have done it right after I painted it, but the wind was too fierce, kind of picked up, and now it has died back down to where I can video it and I get a bunch of wind interference when I'm trying to talk. So that's it. As you can see, the trailer's not perfect. The paint definitely shows the flaws, the dents a little bit better, and even up here there was a lot of roughness that covered up, that you can see. The high gloss kind of magnifies it a little bit, but hey, I think it looks a lot better than what it did. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Hopefully this finish lasts me a couple years, and then I can touch it up as I need to. Hey, thanks for tuning in.